Alright guys, so today was a good day. The best days are always the days you wake up to, right? Pay attention to what is being done, what people that are being that are going after Trump still, the legal people like Letitia James and all those people, they're fixing to get in a lot of trouble for the shenanigans they pulled. Judges are getting in a lot of trouble with the bar associations, and I mean it's fixing to get nasty. There is going to be a shoe drop. What do I mean by that? There is going to be a event take place soon. Do I know what it is? No. But I think it's going to have something to do with the illegal immigrants that are coming in, or that came in. So don't be surprised if we start seeing some things going on. It may start up this weekend, it may start next week, but a shoe is going to drop. Be prepared for that. There is going to be chaos. They're not done. They're not going to quietly go into the shadows. No. We're trying to bring everything into the light. We're not going to let them run off into the shadows. So, we're going to be turning the volume up on some things. And I think Trump has already started. Now, here's something I want you guys to really stop and think about. This has only been 48 hours, roughly, since Donald Trump won the presidency. Why is China, Russia, Iran wanting to sit down and have peace talks with Donald Trump? Why? Why are they talking about peace right now? And Trump's not even in office. Stop and think about that for a minute. Because Trump is a no-nonsense president. Meaning, he's not going to tolerate everybody's BS. He's not going to do it. So, you need to understand what is coming around. Everybody, and I'm one of them, Trump's first presidency didn't go great at the beginning, but at the end, it was good. Trump has learned quite a bit about being a president. Do you think this time around he's going to let people bully and push him around? It's not going to happen this time. It's going to be a cutthroat thing. It's his way or no way. And that's the way I would be. Especially after the way I was treated the first time around. So, I've always said this. Do unto others as you would do to yourself. Basically, treat everybody else the same way you'd want to be treated. Period. End of discussion. I don't care who you are. If you're going to treat everybody else like crap, expect people to treat you like crap. It's that simple. And that's what they've been doing to Trump. Treating treating him like crap. Now it's his turn to treat them like crap. And it's overdue. It is way overdue. So, understand what's going on and why it's going on. You can't sit here and say that these last 4 years was the greatest. $250 for not even a week's worth of groceries. For a family of 4. Tell me that's great. $110 to fill up a gas tank instead of $40 to $60 to fill up the gas tank. Which would you rather be paying for? Are we eating real food or are we eating plastic food? I mean, seriously, people, which is better? Everybody that's flipping out because Trump won. And this is something else that blows my mind. Please explain this the way this happens. When Biden stole the election in 2020, we didn't sit there and make Twitters and TikToks and all this other stuff of screaming, hollering, throwing tantrums, acting like we're 5 years old. The Republicans accepted it to a degree and said, we're going to fight this. We've been fighting it for 4 years. We just won that fight. Now we have the Democrats acting like 5-year-old children, throwing tantrums, whining and crying, cutting their hair, and acting like 5-year-olds. And you wonder why people don't respect you anymore. People don't want to have anything to do with that side of the aisle. Those that do, have fun. Y'all put yourselves in a little box and do your own thing. I'll pray for you. But you're not mature enough to make decisions. My opinion. So, there's that. In my opinion, the people that are throwing these tantrum tantrums and all these other things, I think their right to vote should be restricted because they're not mature enough to vote. I think their right to vote should be taken away from them until they can show maturity and common sense. A little bit of humanity, you know? Until then, you can't vote. That's what I think should happen. But we've been dealing with a lot of crazy things for the past 3.5 years. And it's going to feel good to get back to some normal, common sense things that needs to happen. I mean, who wants to pay half their wages in taxes? I don't. Who wants to go to the grocery store and be taxed half of what you spend, and the rest of it you got to pay on taxes? I don't. And that's what they're doing. We are being taxed to death nonstop, and nobody is doing anything about it. Trump is supposed to be stopping that. We'll see. let's see what he does. And if he's a man of God, he will do what he says. So we need to pray for him. Pray for Kamala. Pray for Biden. Pray for Obama. Pray for all of them. Pray that they get what is coming to them. That no one is exempt from consequences. You go against God's people, there are going to be consequences. And that's what they've been doing. So, we need to keep our prayers going. We're not done. There's another one, maybe two events coming that possibly could happen before the end of the year. They are not done. It's probably going to take this one event, and then they're going to throw Trump into office and let him take over and do what needs to be done. I don't know. Because I think the event is going to be tied to Kamala and Biden. And that's going to make it where they're not eligible to stay until January 20th. So, that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it would be nice if before Thanksgiving Trump is in office. It would really be nice. And that way we can have an actual decent Thanksgiving and something to be thankful for. That's just my opinion. But no, we have to start praying on a regular basis. Keep our prayers up, even in times of peace, guys. Not in dire times, not when you're sick. Even when you're healthy and you're moving around, pray every day. I'm still horrible at it myself, but pray every day. Okay? To sit down and have an honest conversation with God and Jesus and confess everything to Him. They already know it, but that's the part of showing faith. You're confessing all your deep, dark secrets to God and Jesus. You're saying them aloud. Speak your heart, guys. I can't stress that enough. If you can't speak your heart, God can't help you. He's going to go through and heal everybody from a lot of things. He's going to take all the poisons out of your system, is what I'm understanding. But to really get deep healing, you're going to have to turn over to Him. We are going to be lightly healed, is what I think it's going to be. Now, I'm not God. I don't know. He hasn't told me, but I'm just saying. I think He's going to correct our internal stuff, get our heads on straight, get rid of all these depressive thoughts, get all these demons out of us, get all the poisons that have been ingested in us over the years, get all that stuff out of us. Take it all out of the systems that it's in, take it out of our foods, take it out of our water. He's going to do all this in one night. That's what I think is going to happen. That is the healing that we're going to receive. So, you'll wake up, things will be different, you're going to feel better, you're not going to be having the mental problems that you've been having, your mind's not going to be racing in 20 different directions, you're going to be able to do certain things. That's what I think is going to happen. He's going to help us get started. And that's what really this is about. He's going to restart our drives, basically. So if you look at us like, I hate to say computer software because we're not software. But if you think of it like a computer, occasionally you have to go through and wipe the system and reboot and pick up from the last good safe spot. That's what he's fixing to have to do with us. The last time we were really healthy was probably in the 80s, early 90s. So we are probably going to be going to a health system back then, because that's when we started having a lot of obesity. That's when we started having a lot of the problems, was in the early 2000s. Unless my timing's off. I do know there was heavy people around when I was a kid, but it wasn't because of, it was mostly, quote, bad genes or something like that. It wasn't because we were stuff in the food that made us all fat. So we just have to be patient. You have to wait for God's timing. And I know a lot of people don't like waiting, but guess what? You don't have a choice. God is trying to teach us things right now, and the best thing in the world to do is be open to it. Try to understand what he's trying to teach us and learn from it. Just like Jesus teaching the apostles. He didn't walk up and say, preach this over here, preach that over there. He's like, no, follow me and let me teach you the way. And he showed you how to do things so you could do it yourself later on. So we need to, all this time has been a learning moment. There is a time coming where we're going to see his greatness, and we're not going to be able to deny it was Jesus or God doing it. We still have rumbling that's got to take place. There's still several things got to take place before the end of this month. So there may be an eruption take place here soon. I have no clue. That will shake the United States. But God will keep it in place, and there won't be as much damage as we should have had, because God took and dealt with that. So just remember that everything happens for a reason, and the timing means everything. Okay? Don't get into a mindset of, well, it didn't happen when I thought it didn't happen 10 minutes ago. It's not going to happen. Stop thinking like that. There has to be certain criteria met for things to happen. That means there has to be certain things happen that take place before the miracle can happen. That's all this means. We have to reach those plateaus before the miracle can take place. That's where we're at, reaching those plateaus. And the way we reach those plateaus, pray. Read your Bibles and talk with God on a day-to-day basis. All right, guys. So, remember to pray. Remember, God loves you. He will always love you. All right. You guys be safe. Have a good weekend.